Travel writer Roger Naylor has just published a new book filled with facts, anecdotes, humor, and beautiful photographs of landmarks across Arizona. The book is titled Arizona National Parks and Monuments, Scenic Wonders and Cultural Treasures of the Grand Canyon State. And we welcome Roger Naylor back to Arizona Horizon. Good to see you, sir.
It's a pleasure, as always.
Yes, it's indeed for me. We love having you on. You always have these great books. Your last one was on state parks. Now we're doing national
parks.
What is the difference between a national park and a national monument?
Well, a national park requires an act of Congress to create. We have 3 full-fledged national parks: Grand Canyon, Saguaro, and Petrified Forest. A national monument can be created by a presidential decree. We have 19 of those, more than any other state. But we also have other national park units, such as National Historic Trails, National Historic Sites, National Heritage Areas, National Recreation Areas, and so forth and so on. I tell you how to distinguish all of them in the book. We have 34 national park units all told, and I think a lot of people maybe don't realize just how many there are, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to put out this volume, to help them discover not only the big favorites, but some of the little guys hidden away out there.
Let's look at some of these places now. Canyon de Chelly is in your book, and talk to us about this beautiful, wonderful place.
I love Canyon de Chelly National Monument. One of the things that makes it special is it kind of combines the twin themes of the book, is that scenic wonders and cultural treasures. This is a view of Spider Rock in Canyon de Chelly from the South Rim overlook. That's an 800-foot column rising from the canyon floor. So you get even if you have mobility issues or limited time, it's a wonderful park to visit because you have a North Rim drive, a South Rim drive, overlooks along the way, so you can enjoy it just like that. If you have more time, I encourage you to take a Navajo-led tour into the inner canyon and experience that as for up-close looks.
This sounds wonderful, wonderful. Lake Mead National Recreation Area.
This is our most popular national park. A million more visitors even than the Grand Canyon received last year. We share it with Nevada. This is the Lake Mojave portion, which is my favorite, that flows south from the Hoover Dam. The water's a little shallower, the canyon walls rise a little higher. Very scenic, perfect for hiking, kayaking, fishing, some great beaches along there, a lot of wildlife. So, as desert people, we're drawn to water. Anytime we can get to spend some time with water.
I've heard of Canyon de Chelly and Lake Mead. I've never heard of Pipe Spring National Monument. What is that?
I hear that a lot. This is one of my favorites. This is a park that kind of upended my perception of national parks. I discovered it when I was very young, just a kid. I read something about it that made it seem like the loneliest place on the planet. So I thought, well, I gotta go there. And it is. It's tucked away in the Arizona Strip, which is the portion of the state that's cut off by the Colorado River. So way up north.
Yes.
Very deep into the Strip. I think it's the most remote place you can reach in Arizona via paved road. But it's an old Mormon fort built atop a sacred water source. Just a 40-acre park in the midst of this vast expanse, and yet it tells such a detailed, rich story with all these historic buildings, Mormon history, Paiute history, cowboy history, just fascinating. So it made me start looking at not just the large parks, but the small parks as well, and how fascinating they were.
Well, speaking of large parks, Saguaro National Monument, I think we've all been there, and it's just you can just stop anywhere, take a photograph, and it's beautiful.
It is, and it's Saguaro National Park. This is one of our 3 big ones, and this is a great place for spring wildflowers. This is the Sendero Esperanza Trail a couple of years ago with one of our beautiful super bloom years, and there's a wonderful network of trails. 2 units of the park, they bracket Tucson there, the east unit and west unit. The eastern unit has a little higher elevation. Western unit, a denser grove of saguaros, I think. If you have limited time, that's probably the better one. But both have scenic roads, wonderful hiking trails, and a chance to experience up close, this iconic desert plant that is sort of our symbol.
Here's another one that I haven't heard of. White Pocket. Now, I've heard of Vermilion Cliffs, but I haven't heard of White Pocket.
Well, this is within Vermilion Cliffs National Monument, and I like this place. This is a back road experience, another one deep in the Arizona Strip. But this, the Vermilion Cliffs National Monument kind of contains some of our most dramatic geologic features, including Paria Canyon, Buckskin Gulch, which is the longest, deepest slot canyon in the world, and of course the Wave. Now, the Wave is a legendary feature where everybody tries to get a permit. It's almost impossible. So I offer as an alternative White Pocket. This is a very massive formation. This is just a very small part of it here. It goes on and on, but it has that same kind of swirls of sandstone and swoops and the colors, and it's really incredibly dramatic. It does require four-wheel drive to get back there. I give you all that information in the book, Miles of Deep Sand, but if you don't have four-wheel drive, they do offer day tours from Kanab, Utah, and Page, Arizona, so you can get out there on your own.
All right, Roger, always a pleasure. Great stuff. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you, Ted.